once we then start clustering the language expectations, they're going to see that social studies is not done in isolation, but done in a more organic and, I'm going to say it again, a holistic
What's more
manner.
authentic as well?
It's a more authentic, that's a better word. So this book, you know, we've used before in our social studies program and language, and it can be used for many things. And what I love about this book, and hear me out, is that there's this common picture and that there's all these thumbnails. But all these thumbnails relate to the picture. And throughout this book, as you read it, that message happens throughout the book. The little thumbnails connect to the central image. So,
I see where you're going with this.
okay.
Okay, go on.
So maybe we can have the students, because we don't only want it to be a written assignment. So we can bring in some media, they can draw, they can download, they can scan images. So we're differentiating and hitting different learners.
So they're going to create their own.
I think a book jacket cover, just like this, where there is a central image, thumbnails, inside flap.
That's right. And then a back cover.
This doesn't have a back cover explanation, but most books do.
A summary.
Write-up. I think that's good. I think it's in here.
So the grade 5s would create one on a national lens,
Yep.
tying in the levels of government and who's responsible for certain areas.
Absolutely.
The grade 6 one is global issues that concerns them and how Canada, or as Canadian citizens, what are connections to that and what are organizations doing to address these issues?
Yeah, which come out right directly to our big idea questions. How might understanding government within Canada allow me to exercise my rights and responsibilities as an active citizen? And then we're going to look at PEEPs, look at this issue, look at the inquiry process, and then how are you going to bring about change with this issue?
So I put it in posts. I try to, create the question here
Right,
of
so
the
because-
culminating task,
Right.
explaining your idea of the central image, inside flap, the thumbnails that go around the central image, and the back of the book cover
Absolutely.
will have the summary and how they're going to bring action and change.
I think that would be the grade. This is
Grade 5 or 6.
right. And then the prompt, excellent. So a publishing company is accepting submissions from active citizens who want to bring about change. I love that part. To publish their research. Submissions will include a book jacket, summary, inside flap that's connected to PEEPs and a book cover.
Okay. This is going to be
Assessment.
So now we're starting to do something here. This is our assessment of. Right
This
there.
is going to be done independently
Right.
in class, so we can gauge where the students are with their research and with the writing process, because we're gonna fold out some language
And then they'll
comments
have
from
a
here.
published piece at the end that they can showcase and share with everyone else.
Absolutely.
Sounds good. Now, let's go back to the PSA. I didn't like.
Okay,
you were on
sorry.
such a roll with that idea. I want to go back to the PSA. Come up with some kind of public service announcement. We'll create some sort of outline, but in the end, it has to go back to the big idea.
And how they want to bring about change. We're going to talk about long shots and close-ups and how you can use that to create a great video, but the idea is that it's one shot. Anywhere between 30 seconds to a minute.
So here we go. That is our focus, the PSA. It is a group one, grade 5's national, grade 6 global. They're going to create a storyboard to communicate. As you said, it's about the message, their focus, and what their action is. One uninterrupted take using digital cameras or a flip camera.
Yeah.
This is going to be an assessment of. We'll be looking at oral communication and that type of working together and collaborating and discussions that we have in our small group sessions, working through this, just to kind of see them in the right direction and hearing what they have to say through the process.
And even at the end, if we choose to, they can do a reflection piece on their PSA when they're done.
So I really like that element there. We had this group assignment going on, and how do you pull that independent assessment of their learning? The reflection allows you to do that. And we could connect that, because we haven't discussed it yet, to the achievement chart.
Absolutely. And even here, as I look really quickly and I turn to page 33 here, in the application part of it, making connections within and between various contexts,
Yes.
I think will be important when we start framing the question for their reflection piece.